ladies and gentlemen, I was strolling down the local Target, going through the aisles, making my way to the toy section, as we collectors do. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the new movie that's coming out. You all know what movie I'm speaking of? You all know what I'm talking about? Lightyear, baby. I'm excited for Lightyear. I was a huge Toy Story fan. I wasn't too big of a Buzz Lightyear fan. I happened to like Woody. He was my favorite character. But this Buzz Lightyear, he looks pretty cool. He looks pretty bad. And I'm not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it. I want to see this cat. I like this cat. I like everything about him. Don't change a single thing about him. I like him. And this is a personal thing for me. I got an orange cat. If you watched earlier in my videos, he almost got crushed during one of my toy reviews. He was in the background doing some things he shouldn't do. He was being bad. That's what the orange ones are like. The orange ones are bad. Don't let anybody tell you any different. The orange ones are really bad. And I'm just noticing now, you can fully see me in the reflection of this box. You can see my ink, see my tattoo. Yeah. Bang, bang. But anyway, the orange one's really bad. So we got this thing. It's like 4 figures. Yeah, well, technically 5 if you include the cat, which I do. I think he deserves a spot. I think he's a good figure in and of himself. But this isn't the only thing I got. They had other Lightyear stuff. And I told you, I'm a huge fan of that cat. Bang. Got this Lightyear figure, right? There's Buzz Lightyear's and Socks. That's the cat's name. His name is Socks. I'm all about him. I'm all about Socks. My little orange cat, he actually has socks. Little white fur on his little feet. He looks like he got 4 socks on. So it really strikes home with me. It hits me personal, and I like him. But that's not the only thing I got. Hold on, I'm bending over here. I got this thing too. Let me break it out for you. I've seen a lot of people, and you're getting a sneak peek. You see it in the reflection over the old man there, right? Yeah. Here he is. Bang. Oop, let me move it up. Look at that. Cyclops. I remember this guy in the Toy Story 2. Remember in the video game, when they was playing the video game, right? Doing that thing. Rex was playing, and they had to take on all those things. This is a modern day version of it. Really cool looking. So we got all this stuff. Let's crack them all open, bring them out in front of us, and see if these figures are worth it. I don't know about the movie yet. Well, the verdict is out. The movie is not out yet. But let's see what the toys can get us hyped for as far as the movie goes, all right? Let's break these bad boys out. Let's get our trusty knife out. Here it is. And let's open these guys up. Dun, 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 dun. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the big guy. Here he is. We're going in reverse. We're going to do the big one first and see what he's all about. We got this. It's called the Battle-Equipped Cyclops. That's what these guys are called. Cyclopses. They're Zurg's evil little henchmen. Well, not so little anymore. They were little in Toy Story 2, but now the guy went through a growth spurt. I mean, look at him. He looks intimidating. Now, as far as accessories, you only get a couple accessories with this guy. You get 2 rockets. Not 1, but 2. That goes with the action figure, action feature on the action figure that we're going to check out. So let's take a look at this guy before we start looking at that, all right? Here we got his head. His head does move side to side. You can have him looking to the left there. You can have him looking to the right. That's pretty cool. That's pretty much it. His chest button pushes in. I don't know 100% what that is supposed to be. Oh, maybe it has something to do with this here. Maybe it has something to do with that there. I don't know. Let me take a look at the box. Does it actually say anything? Why does the chest push in? Includes teleportation disc. Oh, did I miss something here? Oh, I did, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry. It was luckily the box was right in front of me. I had it on the side here. There's a 3rd accessory. You get a teleportation disc. I'm assuming it's to teleport. That plugs in right there, and then bang. Yeah, you push the thing in on his chest, and bang, it shoots it out. What the? Okay, and then whoever it hits, I'm assuming it teleports them. Takes them somewhere that they don't want to be. But that's cool. I was wondering why he had a big gaping hole in his chest, I was like, man, maybe it's supposed to, it is supposed to be a, battle droid. Maybe it's damage or something like that. But that's cool. Okay, so we already kind of looked at one of the features. You get a teleportation disc. Now, as far as the arms go, they can go up and down like that. Okay, so we can say, look at me. Come here, bro. Come at me, Lightyear. Where you at? You know, I don't see no one else here. You must be talking to me. You know, okay, so he can do that. And they do move up and down. Oh, and he's got a little bit of an articulation in the elbow here. So yeah, they move up and down. They can't go full 360 because, you know, he's got the shoulder pad here. But they, you know, they move pretty decently. They move pretty good for what you're getting here, what you're looking at. And the other arm, same thing. Definitely get the same type of articulation there. Okay, so let's put his arms up and move on down. Let's take a look at what we got here. So we do get some waist swivel. He does move a 360 around on the waist. Now let's take a look at the legs, because that's it. He ain't got no ab crunch or anything like that. But let's take a look at the legs. So let's take a look at the hip. Let's move on down the body, you know. Hip bone's connected to the, you know, ab bone. I don't know. So there he is. He can move his legs. Can't move them up and down pretty far. He can move back pretty far. Can move forward pretty far. I mean, he is a robot. He can't go full 360 that way. But you could potentially make it go full 360 if you move it out, because this does move up and down like such. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm saying? He does have a little bit of articulation in the knee. All right, so his knees do bend. So you can get this guy in some pretty activity-looking poses here. You know, and he does have a little bit. No, does not. Okay. The foot does not articulate. It looks like it might, but this is pretty stiff, so I don't want to bust it. But the foot, you know, hey, it's a big robot foot. What do you want, you know? What are you going to look at? So we saw the one action feature of the chest with the teleportation disc. And remember I told you earlier, you get 2 of these rockets. I can already kind of tell you, well, bam, you see where that rocket's going. It's going right into the hand. He's going to do like an Iron Man, like pulse blast type deal. Let's have him shoot the wall back here. Wow. Boom. Ooh. Good Lord, that has some powder on it. Man, he peppered that thing. I lost that rocket. Oh, wait, no, here it is. I found it. Okay, got the rocket. Here we go. Okay, we still got both rockets. So, children, beware. This thing is no joke. This thing is like a Zingbo, man. It'll take a guy out. Man, you know what? We're going to keep him off to the side. Let's move him over here. Let's move him right here so that he's in frame, because I can tell you one thing. I want to shoot Buzz Lightyear with that thing and see exactly how much damage this cyclops can do. So let's move on down the line. The next thing we're going to do, we'll save the big one. The one with all those figures in it. We'll save them for last. Let's open up the small Buzz Lightyear, the one where he's looks like he's a mechanic or something. You know, like he's got a little mechanical thing, jumpsuit on. Let's open this guy up. Put him out in front of us, and let's free that cat, man. We got to get this cat out of that plastic prison. We got to get this cat out of that cardboard coffin. He needs to breathe. We need to free Socks. So let's get Socks out of here and see what's going on. So here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Here they are in front of us. We have the dynamic duo outside of the plastic prison, outside of that cardboard coffin. In terms of accessories, this is it. If you want to count the cat as an accessory, we will count the cat as an accessory. Although I fully think he deserves figure, status. I think the Socks deserves a figure status. But this particular Buzz Lightyear, this is it. You only get him and you get the Socks. You get Socks right here. But, there's other Buzz Lightyear figures that are in this scale. This is like a 3.75, 3/4 scale right here, right? So there are other Buzz Lightyears, and they have other stuff. He's in a different type of space uniform. Then you, of course, got the classic white and green with the helmet, stuff like that. But let's take a look at Socks first, because, beauty before age, right? Beauty before age. I am all about this Socks. I am all about the cat. I'm a huge cat guy. So let's take a look at the head. The head moves around 360, just like on a real cat, because cats are nothing but, land owls, right? They just don't have the wings. Let's take a look. Does the tail... Now, I'm expecting the tail to have articulation. Yes, don't let me down like that. The tail does have articulation. Good, just like on a real cat. Okay, here we go. We got the little front legs. You can move them out, all right? Front legs are out, and what about the backs? Yep. Now he looks like he's doing a big stretch, just like a real cat. When they go like that, and they're like big stretch. If you see a cat, and it does that, and you do not say, big stretch, are you even human? Are you even a real person? I'm sorry, you need to, if you see a cat stretch out like that and you don't accompany it with big stretch, then you, my friend, are not my friend. We cannot be friends, okay? So that's Socks, and I'm all about Socks, and I'm glad we got 2 Socks, because now I'm all about him. So we'll leave him over here. Now let's take a look at Buzz ourselves. So, let's take a look at Buzz. He's, in my opinion, the accessory with the Sox figure. All right. So let's take a look at Buzz. Let's take a look at his head. His head does not move a full 360. It looks like maybe the shoulder pads here or the collar are preventing him from moving in such a way. Okay. But he's got a pretty cool face sculpt. I mean, he looks like Buzz Lightyear. That's with hair. I never thought, what does Buzz Lightyear look like with hair? Because he's always got that purple, whatchamacallit on his head. But let's take a look at the arms. So the arms move up at the shoulders. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. The arms do move a full 360. Okay, that's to be expected. They move 360 in this particular fashion. All right, let's take a look at the elbow. Okay, we got classic elbow articulation here. They move up and down 90 degree, okay? But you can also, make him look like he busted his arm, They move a full 360. Okay, so we got some decent articulation there. As you can tell, there is nothing on the wrist down, nothing for the hands. Oh my gosh, he is like a fish. He does not want to stay in my hands. So his hand, as you can see, it's solid. It looks like he's got a trigger finger. I'm assuming if there's some kind of gun, a blaster, a rifle, if you will. So the other arm, we can expect it to be the same articulation as the other. Let's take a look at the waist. What about the waist? Does the waist move? Ah, yes, he does have articulated waist. You can move it around full 360. What about the legs? Yep, you can move the leg up. You can move it down. You cannot move it back. It wants to stand. Once he stands straight, all he can do is front kick. That's all he can do. You can't move the legs back at all. Well, what about this? Yep, you can move them out. Okay, so you can move the legs out. You can't move them back, but you can move the legs out. What about the knee? Yep, the knee bends in a classic fashion. The leg is now fully functional. Can the knee rotate? The knee can rotate, people. We have a 360 knee rotation there. And as you can tell, we've already kind of got that. The ankle is right there. It's broken in the middle of the shin bone, and he can move that around. Full 360. So if you want to make your Buzz Lightyear look a little mangled, you can do that. After what this cyclops is going to do to him, that might be what he's looking like. Who knows? But anyway, this particular Buzz Lightyear, I like him. He's pretty cool. I like that he's plain. That he looks like a mechanic. He looks like somebody I'd work with. Like, I might take lunch with this guy and say, hey, you got PB&J? I'll take your crusts if you don't want them. Because, I personally like the crusts, I might take lunch with this guy because I work in that type of environment. I work with the mechanics and I work in the machine shops and stuff like that. So we got this Buzz here, all right? So we're going to use him later on. But we still got one more thing to open up in these Lightyear series, okay? We got that big box, remember, with the 4 figures? We saw it in the beginning. Let me get that open and let me get the people out in front of you and let's see what they got to offer. We now, ladies and gentlemen, have 2 Sox figures. We got a whole pair. We got 2 Sox. Yeah, as you can see, we got all the people out in front of us. Here they are in all their glory. Now we got all these figures here from the new Lightyear movie. But here we got these little Sox figures. You can see it is the exact same cat. It doesn't have any variation whatsoever. It is literally the same exact Sox. All right? Even got the tail, one way going this way. You could lock them together. But here he is. So now we got 2 Sox. All right? We got a whole pair. We'll let the Sox over here in the corner. You can't see them, but don't worry. They're there. So let's move on down the line. Let's move from the right to the left, and we'll get to our old buddy, our classic friend, Mr. Lightyear. So this guy over here, judging by the back of the box, his name is Darby Steele. Darby Steele. Not exactly sure who Darby Steele is. I just know what his name is. But yeah, looks like he's got a little man bun going on in the back. Does not make sense with this type of man. Looks pretty old. Looks like he might be a boomer, if you do say so, But it looks like these figures all got the same kind of articulation, except these ones actually have articulated hands. You can move the hands around, unlike the other Buzz Lightyear over there, that one with the mechanical jumpsuit. But these ones look like they got pretty much the same, all kinds of articulation. They got the knees that move around. You can move this part. This guy you can't move up or down too much because of that pouch, that bag that's on his belt here. Can't move it too much like that. But let's take a look at the accessories that each one of them come with. So Darby Steele here, he comes with this big old blaster. He's the smallest one and he's got the biggest gun. That's usually how it works. That's usually what happens with these kind of guys. I knew a guy that was in in the military like that, and same thing. Really tiny guy, real small, but guess what? He had the biggest gun, you know? Had the biggest one. Not exactly sure how it's supposed to fit into his hand. I mean, look at the handle of that thing. That looks kind of weird. It looks like the trigger's over here. You see that? Looks like the trigger's over here. So I'm not exactly sure how the handle is supposed to actually fit into his hand. We'll have to figure that out later. But you can see it has a little peg. It has a little peg. You can stick the peg right here in his back. You know, that way he can carry the gun on his back. Or it looks like also right here. He has a little peg on the side of him. Now, I'm sure that he would not be carrying this on his side. You know, that would be one heck of a side carry. But, you know, hey, to each their own, right? The other thing they each come with is like a little helmet. See this little helmet thing? Kind of looks pretty cool, you know? So the helmet just slips right on. Does not stay on very well. It's literally just plopped on. Does not really have... Oh, okay. Maybe so. Yeah. If you put it on a little bit, you know, then it wants to stay. Okay, so he's got this cool helmet. He's got a pretty cool gun. Just not sure how it's going to fit into his hand. But, you know. So that's Darby Steele. You got Darby Steele there. I like his color scheme. I like the olive drab green and with the black and the brown. I think he looks pretty cool. He looks pretty bad. You know, looks like a guy you would not want to mess with. And again, we haven't seen the movie yet, so who knows? Maybe this guy's a big softie. Maybe he's maybe he's cool to hang out with. Maybe you want to go grab a lunch with him sometime, you know? But anyway, let's move on down the line. So the next one is this guy right here. This is Morrison. Morrison. Okay, I like his name. That's pretty cool. It's like an average Mo, you know? Instead of an average Joe, we got an average Mo, you know? His head does move around. Okay, look again. His arms do not move out to the side. Did we check on Darby Steele? Nope, they do not move out to the side. So the shoulder blades here, they don't move out. Whereas that particular Buzz in the mechanic's outfit back there, his was able to. But they do move up and down. It looks like they were meant to. Yeah, you can move it in a little bit, but because of these shoulder pads, you can't move them out. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. It's good to keep in mind. So then of course, you got the full 360 on the elbow there. You can move it in and out. And this guy, he does have an articulated wrist, okay? You can swivel it around. Same thing with the legs. You can move them out. You can move it up. You can't move it back. You can do the whole 9 yards with the knee, okay? So we got a pretty consistent articulation amongst these figures, amongst them all. That's good to know. He, too, comes with a helmet. Now, his head looks a little small for this particular helmet. No, okay, his head actually fits on pretty good. Fits on a little bit better than Mr. Steele over there. So Morrison's helmet fits on pretty darn good. It looks a lot better on him, too. It looks like this is more of a complete... His just looks like it's sitting on top of the armor. This guy actually looks like, oh, okay, yeah, it's a guy wearing a helmet. And he comes with a little rifle. This almost looks like a pressure washer. You know, like you're going to do the siding on your house or something. Like that's or like a gas pump, you know, kind of handle. And again, I don't know how these are really supposed to go because that's a real thin, that's a real skinny, area. But his finger does not really want to operate inside the gun. Okay, might have to play around with that. Maybe he's a lefty. Is he a lefty? No, he's not a lefty. Yeah, look at that. The fingers are just too wide to go into the hole. See that? Can you take notice? Okay. Well, that's good to know. I mean, maybe it's just for show. And he's got the same thing going on here. He's got the peg system. He can put... I don't know if you can hear that music, but that's my dryer. It just stopped. Thank you. It plays a little melody to let me know that the clothes are dry. Anyway, yeah. Trying to do a review, washer. Shut up! Anyway. So this guy, he does have a little peg system. You can stick it in the back here, or you can stick it on the side. You can see here. You can stick it right there, and that's, again, a pretty big sidearm to be having there at your side, Definitely don't look like Clint Eastwood. He ain't going to be able to do the whole spin around into the holster type deal. But, hey, it's pretty cool looking. I like this guy. This guy's pretty cool, and I like that purple. It's like a darker purple, it's a cool color. It's not something that you see every day. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on down the line. We got 2 more left here to go. We got Izzy Hawthorne. Izzy Hawthorne, that's the girl. We've seen her in the trailers, right? Well, we've seen this guy in the trailer, too. He talks a little bit in the trailer, but we've seen more of her in the trailer than we've seen of anybody else, and Buzz, of course. But we've seen her. She seems like a pretty cool character. She looks pretty neat. She got like these 2 little balls on the back of her head. 2 little buttons. All right. Again, same articulation. Can't move the arms up due to these shoulder pad things. You can move them full 360. You can do the whole, bending of the elbow, and those do move around. And you got the articulated wrist here. You can move that around. And you got the leg. You can move it, but you can't move it back. And you can move it forward, so she can do a nice front kick. But you can also swing it out. And you got the knee, and the knee bends, and everything is golden there. No articulation on the bottom of the foot, but hey, that is what it is. So is life. And she's got the same looking peg system. Hers is back here, and then she's got the one on the back. And she as well comes with the same kind of accessory. She comes with a helmet. We got the helmet right here. See? Boom. Helmet is on. And it fits her head pretty darn good. She kind of looks more like, what's his face over here, the steel guy, where it looks like it's just a big helmet sitting on like a ball sitting on her body. But, this guy, I think he wears the helmet the best. Just my opinion. But, looks the best on him. So now here's her rifle. Really bright yellow. Same yellow, it's actually even more of a neon yellow than the Cyclops over there. But yeah, so of course you got the peg system. You can put it on her back like so. And her helmet fell off because my hand was in the way. So yeah, you can stick it on her back and let her carry it that way. Or you can stick it on her side and let her carry it that way. See, going into the back. There you go. Now the way hers positioned, that looks more realistic. Like, okay, yeah, like you have to swing it up and she'll grab a hold of it and whoop, boom, there it is, when she got it. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And hers actually, ooh, look at that. I didn't even have to try. It just slid right in there. It fit right into her hand. So she's really, at this point, the only one who knows how to use a rifle, She's the only one that can really get it in there and actually try to use it. So we're going to let her do her thing with her rifle over there. There you go. And then we got one last guy. Let's move these over here so that they are prominent and can be seen. The little twins. Okay, so now we got the main man himself. The main guy. The one that the movie's actually named after. And here we have him. Buzz Lightyear. And he's in his classic white, yellow. I keep looking at this thing and wanting to say yellow. We got him in his classic white, green, and purple armor here. His space suit, ladies and gentlemen. He comes with a helmet as well. We've seen this, right? We know what this is. We have seen this in the movies. We've seen this in Toy Story. And it looks like it wants to fit into the back first. And then, yep, it has 2 little clips. One on the front and one on the back. Once you get those into position, it fits right into place. And it has like a little track. It sits right in there. The only thing that's bad, it doesn't flip back like the classic Buzz Lightyear. But, hey, it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice some things to make them look cool. He does have the big thing on his back. Like something is meant to be inserted in there. I'm going to assume wings. Because we do not get wings in the box. We do not get any wings in the box. And unlike the Cyclops, I checked. I made sure. I didn't forget the little teleportation ring like I did on the Cyclops. I didn't forget anything inside of this one. So there is no backpack. There is nothing. Unless there's another set out there that, this Buzz Lightyear has the same hookup. And it's the same figure. But the only other accessory he comes with is like this laser knife. Maybe he's cutting bread or cheese or something like that on a planet. And he's got to have like, this upgraded fancy schmancy sci-fi fiction knife, And I'm sure that can really cut the cheese, And it does have that same peg. You see that peg? It has the peg on it. Oop, lower. It does have that same peg that all the rifles and stuff have. But he does not have any peg holes. Again, he only has this hole. That I'm not 100% sure what that's for. But, we got this Buzz Lightyear. He has the same articulation as all the other figures. He's got the articulated wrist. You can move that around. His arm, just like the other ones, only his can actually swing out here. Swiggle out, if you will. He doesn't have them big old things like all these guys do on his arms, so he can move his arms completely out. He can bend his elbows, The elbows in and of themselves, they bend. And the whole shoulder bends, all right? And his hand moves. You can see the whole thing here. He's got all this stuff going on for him. And of course, he's got the waist articulation. You can swing him around. He's got the legs that move. His do not go all the way back either. That's okay, but they do swing out. and he does have an articulated knee and leg. You know, it's pretty cool. He's got everything that you need. Everything that you want for a play feature. Now he looks like he's going to do, like he's coming in with the knife or something like that. But there you go. You know, so you got all these Buzz Lightyear figures now. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie, I like the line. You know, it does get me a little excited. It does make me think, what is this Buzz Lightyear movie going to be like? You know, I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. The rumors and the, you know, that I hear on the word on the street is this is the movie that Andy would have watched in Toy Story. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're in Andy's spot now. You see what I'm saying? We're waiting on the movie and we got our Buzz Lightyear figure, you know? So when I flip the lights out and I leave these figures here on the ground and I go upstairs to, you know, get some dinner or do my thing, you know, maybe they'll come to life. Maybe they'll start moving around. Maybe they'll start doing their thing and they'll be like, who's this crazy guy? And then the cats will be like, yeah, man, I don't know. He digs us. We kind of think he's cool. You know, we like this guy, you know? But, you know, that's what these figures are. So now, the piece de resistance. Let us clear these guys out of the way. Let us make up a nice little two-man Buzz Lightyear shooting gallery in the back of this, you know, Synthoid Supreme Center, and let us try out this Cyclops' rocket launcher in full effect. Let's clean up this area and get everything set up. All right, we got our Buzz Lightyears in position. We have our Cyclops locked and loaded with the first missile. I'm going to be off of the screen with the Cyclops because I gotta aim it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try and aim right for his noggin. I'm gonna try and get him right in the face, right in the kisser. All right, gonna call out the shot. Blue Buzz, corner pocket. Ready, set, fire. Oh man, he withstood it. He withstood it, ladies and gentlemen. I just clipped him. I didn't actually get him full force in the noggin. That's okay. Here we come. You know, say hello to my little friend. Bang! There we go. That one got him right in the noggin. That one knocked him out. All right. We got one more Buzz to look at. We got one more Buzz that's looking at us sideways, looking at us crossways. Let's get the Cyclops right up in there. And, ladies and gentlemen, say good night. There he goes. All right. I'm telling you right now, this Cyclops right here, I'm so glad. I'm so glad I got him. I've seen a lot of people doing a lot of cool things, you know, customizing him, putting a little, you know, like a black wash on him, you know, like and maybe some dry brushing, and they make this thing look bad. You know, they make this thing look like it's been through the ringer. They make this thing look some kind of sick. And I'm excited. I want to try it. I want to get my hands dirty with my Cyclops figure, and I want to see what he does. You know, and I started doing this on my other video of that Dr. Doom figure, and I said to myself, you know what? Anybody that's watching this, if they check out the gram, they'll see that I like to take pictures, photography of the action figures that I get. You know, it's one thing to just say, hey, to my wife, this is what I do, you know? And of course, she don't understand, she don't like it, but then when I show her these, and I show her my little socks, she'll be like, oh, I completely get it now. I understand, it makes total sense. Why didn't you just tell me that before? But anyway, you know, maybe if you have an idea, what would you think would be a cool idea for a picture with the Buzz Lightyear people, you know, with the Lightyear guys and the Cyclops robot and the socks, you know? We got 2 socks, maybe have them looking in a mirror. You know, if you got an idea for a cool picture, don't be afraid to shout it out in the comments. I'll take a look, I'll check it out. And if it's something that I go, yeah, you know what, that sounds like a good idea, I'll check it out, I'll do it. You know, maybe I'll be like, yeah, it's this picture, it's thanks to this guy, or it's thanks to this gal, or it's thanks to this person, you know. I'll say, hey, they had a cool idea, and I checked it out, and you know what, it came to fruition. We made it happen, Captain. But anyway, with that being said, I hope you liked it. I hope you got as much enjoyment out of me opening up these things as I did. I had a blast, especially actually shooting Buzz Lightyear at the end here. You know, that was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. I'm going to be shouting out and cheering for not only socks, but, you know, the Cyclops figures in the movie. The bad guys. I always like the bad guys. But, you know, let me know what you think. Give me a like. Drop a subscribe. Check out the channel, you know. Check out the gram. Check it all out. We got a link tree in the bio, you know. Let you know what we're up to. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys check everything out, and I hope you guys come back. All right? You take care, and see you guys later.